Hey guys, Matt with the Financial Foundation here. And today I want to have a discussion about different debt payoff strategies. Hopefully, one of these will resonate with you and you can use to help pay off your debt fast. I want to preface this whole discussion with the fact that getting out of debt is challenging. It's takes discipline, it takes motivation. There are going to be most likely going to be setbacks that's going to make it more challenging to pay off your debts. However, if you really focus, you get a good budget together and you are constantly looking for ways to just continuously pay off your debts and pay down your debts and to learn different ways to reduce your expenses or to earn more money to help pay off your debts faster, that will all help. I'm going to talk about my personal favorite method for getting out of debt, which is the debt snowball method. So for me, I've seen the most success with this because you focus on paying off your smaller debts first. You don't worry about the interest rates. You line up all your debts, smallest to largest, and you put all your efforts towards that first small debt and just pay the minimum balances on the other debts. Once you pay off that first one, you get yourself a win in your mind. It keeps you motivated. You take what you were paying for that first debt and roll it into the second one. And then you focus everything on the second one, then the third, then the fourth. This one just works. It's a psychological thing. It helps keep you motivated. We're all results driven. We want to see us chipping away at our debt. This is a great place to start. Is this perfect for everybody? No. Getting out of debt is not a one size fits all. There is a few other different methods that may suit you. The second method, the debt avalanche method. So this is similar to the debt snowball. However, you're organizing your debts by the highest interest rate first. What this is doing is you're going to chip away at whatever the highest interest rate debt is. You're going to throw all your money towards that highest interest rate debt and just make the minimum payments on the rest. And once you're done with that first one, no matter how large it is or how big or small it is, then you move on to the next one, then the next one, so on and so forth. Typically, the higher interest rate debts and the debt avalanche method are a bit larger, so it takes a little more time to whittle away at and give yourself that motivation. But if you're a very disciplined individual and you want to save more money on interest, that's the route to go down. Personally, I like the debt snowball method. I like seeing those small wins. That was a huge motivational factor for me when I was getting out of debt. So I like that as well. Another method is balance transfer credit cards. So if you're anything like me, when I was trying to get out of debt, I couldn't get a credit card. So this didn't work for me. But there are a lot of people that can get 0% interest credit cards to combine multiple debts and pay 0%. So you're just paying the principal down until that period is over. I 100% recommend, if you're going to do this, make sure that you either have another 0% opportunity lined up after that introduction 0% payoff period is ready, or you can afford to pay off that balance during that introductory period offer. So if you have a 12-month 0% interest credit card or an 18-month, or there's one I know that has, I think it's Citibank has one that's 21 months at 0%. Be sure to be able to have all that amount of money paid off before that, because the interest rate will go up and it will probably be over 20%. So always do your research and plan out accordingly when looking at a 0% interest card. Another opportunity, there are debt consolidation loans. These typically do have higher interest rates, but if they may be lower than what you're currently paying. I've seen some anywhere from like 7% all the way to 14%, depending on your credit score and what type, how much of the loan you want and the term. So these are all a few options. For me, the debt snowball method worked. I was not able to get a balance transfer credit card or any type of loan when I was doing this. So I had to actually pay off my debts first. And then after some time went by, I was able to start working with banks again with a secured credit card and rebuilding my credit like that. So just note, you got to stay positive. You have to stay disciplined. And I'm here to tell you it's not easy. It's hard to get out of debt. Our system makes it very easy for us to get into debt. And once you're on this debt repayment train, it's hard to get those wheels moving and to make seem like you're making momentum. So stay positive with it. I'm silly like this. I love positive affirmations, and I would sit and actually be like, I'm tired of getting bills. I'm not going to get any more bills. And every day, instead of saying I'm getting bills, I'm going to start getting checks in the mail. I'm going to start getting deposits into my account. And I didn't know how I was going to do that. I didn't know what was happening, but I was tired of getting the late notices. I was tired of getting all these late fees and last notices. I was like, something's got to change. And I started telling myself every day, I am going to be debt free. And then it turned in from I am going to be debt free to I am debt free. And I started living my life like that. I am debt free. I am going to be financially free. I am going to have passive income coming in. I'm going to have checks coming in. And then it turned into I do have checks coming in. I am debt free. I get to live life on my terms. And getting out of debt is the first step to all of that. Yeah, I hope this really helps. A few extra tips that I do want to discuss is also in going through this, look for unnecessary expenses, streaming channels, not eating out as much. If you can focus and figure out how to meal prep and save some money that way. I know it's hard. I mean, I'm saying it out loud, it's saying like, yeah, cut expenses. And you're probably sitting there like, I don't know what else to cut. That's why it's really important to have a really solid budget that you do review. I have another video where I actually walk you through a very simple, easy to use and create budget. You can create it for free. I made it on Google Sheets. I love using this tool. I personally still use an Excel sheet for my budget just because I actually manually have to type numbers in. I have to see where my money's going. I'm not really the actual typing it and getting it dialed in onto a spreadsheet. It's ingrained in my mind. I know where my money is going, and I know what I don't need and what I do need. So, and it's something good to review. Maybe something slipped in there that you didn't know about that could have saved you 20, 30, 50 to $100. So definitely review your budget. That's going to be your best friend in all of this. And then another great tip would be to try and find a side hustle that works on your schedule. I know there's a lot of single parents out there that are like, I can't do another job. It's like I got a kid, or kids, and I got what I'm doing right now. It's hard. I would recommend, instead of saying you can't, put in your mind, how can I? And just ponder on that every day. Ask, how can I? What could I do to help increase my income through a side hustle or increase my income with what I already have? Can I get a raise at work? Can I do something? So there's a lot of online gigs. There's a lot of typing gigs. There's a lot of part-time work that people are looking for. But again, every situation is different. So I'm not saying that this is what you have to do. I'm trying to give you suggestions on what to do or what you could do, really. And then another great tip. It's one of those that it should be a no-brainer, but after some time you see something flashy or new that you're like, I gotta have. But you need to stay disciplined and avoid new debt. So wait till you're out of debt. You don't need any more bad debt. You don't need the credit card debt. You don't need the student loans. You don't need the auto loans. There, you'll be able to accumulate the life you want after this process is done. Get this process done, and then we'll move on to step two. And I'll talk about what to do after you're debt free, or even while you're on your debt free journey. In fact, I'll tell you right now, why not? While you're on your debt free journey, while you're starting to pay down all your debts, the best thing you could do is educate yourself. And these things aren't going to be taught in school. They cost very little money. You can read books. There's so many books. You can get an Audible subscription and listen to Audible books while you're going to sleep, while you're driving. Give yourself the tools you need. A few great books that I would 100% start with is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I mean, that's the OG classic, but it really helps you identify how money works and how you need to have your money starting to work for you. Another one that I highly recommend is The Richest Man in Babylon. And number 3, which is just such an amazing book, really about the power of thought and how that thought turns into actions and turns into things, really, is Think and Grow Rich. And so this is a book that I'm actually on my second time listening to it, and I get something new out of it every time. This book is phenomenal. So it's definitely something to take heed of, and it will change your life if you listen to what it teaches. So I hope this all helps. If at all, at any point in time, you guys have any questions, I read and answer all the comments that we post on here. So please comment away. Liking, following, subscribing is a zero cost way to support our channel. And also, we do have some paid courses that if you want a little bit more in-depth personal focus, we do offer those on our website. But if for right now, zero cost way to support, subscribe, like, share with friends. I am truly grateful for the opportunity to be able to share my experiences and help as many of those who are willing to listen and want to learn from somebody who has been in debt, who has had terrible credit, who's had very little options, to now being debt free and financially free. So I hope this video finds you all well, and look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Have a great day.